the meeting to order at 6 o'clock. Roll call, please.
Vice Chairman Ferris.
Here.
Commissioner Hayman.
Here.
Commissioner Mondragon.
Here.
3 present. We have a quorum.
Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll move.
Second.
Okay. Vice Chairman Ferris.
Aye.
Commissioner Hayman.
Aye.
Commissioner Mondragon.
Aye.
3 ayes. Motion carries.
Approval of the minutes for 4:25 and 5:08 and 5:23.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay. Vice Chairman Ferris.
Aye.
Commissioner Hayman.
Aye.
Commissioner Mondragon.
Aye.
3 ayes. Motion carries.
This is a portion where we will open it up to public comment. Persons wishing to address the commission on matters that are within the commission's jurisdiction and do not already appear on the agenda may do so at this time. Pursuant to the Brown Act, the Planning Commission may not take action on an item that does not appear on this agenda. Speakers are limited to 5 minutes. The public comment section of the agenda is limited to a total of 1 hour. Each speaker is asked to provide his or her name. Nobody in the audience? Anybody on the phone? All right, we will go ahead and close that public comment section. On to discussion and other action items. It looks like number 1 is an extension of tentative tract map 6731 and finding no further environmental review necessary, a request for a 36-month extension of tentative tract map 6731, a phase subdivision of 40.628 gross acres to 121 lots for single-family residential and sump basin located at the northwest corner of Kendall Avenue and South Norma Street at APNs 510-010-06 and 07. Staff report.
All right, so this map was formerly part of Kern County, and these 2 parcels were actually annexed within the city limits originally when this map was first approved. So these are currently within city limits. So that was already done. When they first brought this forward, they took it to the county, and the county said that they would not be able to address the services that would be needed for the number of units, and so I guess the county had recommended to annex it. So that was done already. So it is within city limits right now, even though the kind of aerial map doesn't really show it, or it's kind of hard to tell because it is yellow, but it is within city limits. This is a 36-month extension. As we've seen previously at the last meeting, we did change the municipal code update to allow us to do 36-month extensions. This map has already received all of the allowable extensions, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, so this would be, oh no, it's received 2. Because this was first done in 2009. So this has received 2. So this would be another 3. So it would technically still have an additional 12 months left if the applicant would want to pursue that. It is a phased development. There is a lot of units, and there is a lot of improvements that would need to go in order to make this project. So if needed, it would take a lot of work. But we are happy to keep it active staff-wise and have more viable housing options. And the applicant has satisfied by continuing to request and agreeing to all those terms throughout the years and staying on top of it. So these are residential estates. They're 10,000 square feet. The environmental review, all of that stuff was done. This one had a mitigated negative declaration, so there's no further environmental review. That's part of the resolution and part of the findings that you would be making tonight, should you choose to approve a 36-month extension. The original conditions for the last extension would still stand, and those conditions of approval are attached in the staff report here. So staff recommends the approval of the 36-month extension and that there's no further environmental review. Any questions?
No, doesn't seem like there's any commissioner comments. Any public comment? Anybody on the phone? Negative. Okay, go ahead and request a motion to approve the 36-month extension.
I'll move.
In a second.
Second.
Ferris?
Aye.
Hayman?
Aye.
Mondragon?
Aye.
3 ayes, motion carries.
All right, next we have a extension from tentative tract map 6775 and finding no further environmental review necessary. A request for a 36-month extension of tentative tract map 6775. Phase 2, a subdivision created 60 lots on 19.6 acres for the development of a single-family residential lots located on Del Rosa Drive, APN 510-010-24. Staff report.
So this map, this is just phase 2 of the map. This is a state residential. This was originally part of, if you guys have been around that long, the DR Horton track. This map has already been graded, so these lots are ready to go should someone be ready to move. So the applicant is just asking for a 36-month extension as allowable by the new code update. This would be the final extension allowable. It still conforms with all the zoning code and the Subdivision Map Act. No further environmental review is necessary, so this one would be good to go if somebody was ready to move. So, any questions?
Commissioners?
Nope.
Motion to approve the extension of the tract map.
I'll move.
Second.
Ferris?
Aye.
Commissioner Hayman?
Aye.
Mondragon?
Aye.
3 ayes, motion carries.
Right, that brings us to number 3, extension of the tentative tract map 67000, and finding no further environmental review necessary. A request for a 36-month extension of tentative tract map 6700, a subdivision creating 58 lots on 20.9 acres for the development of 54 single-family residential lots is located on southwest corner of East Springer Avenue and College Heights Boulevard, APN 510-010-17. Staff report.
This one is right north of the last map. Again, these are already graded and ready to go. They also have a sump there. So same thing, last extension with the new code update, already in conformance with the zoning code and the new update and Subdivision Map Act. No further environmental review is necessary on this one either. If you guys approve it, they'd still be subject to the last conditions of approval that were approved at the last extension. Any questions?
Is this the last extension for this as well?
Yes, the last
Okay.
3 years for this one.
Any other commissioner comments?
Yes,
Sorry,
the
what?
last 2, yeah.
Any public comment? All right, do I have a motion to approve the extension of this tract map?
Motion to approve.
I have a second. I'll second.
Okay, sorry, threw me off there.
Sorry.
Okay, Ferris?
Aye.
Hayman?
Aye.
Mondragon?
Aye.
3 ayes, motion carries.
Okay, number 4, housing element update, survey report.
Okay, so I just wanted to let you guys know the housing element survey that you guys were hearing so much about and that also you guys helped with, thank you guys very much, is complete. So the survey is done. The report is part of your agenda. But I just wanted to give you guys a summary here of what we found with that report. As you guys are aware, the survey really kind of sought to get input from people that don't regularly participate in our civic meetings. So we're trying to get opinions about what the needs are from people that don't usually come to council meetings and planning commission meetings, and are just regular citizens within the community. So we were able to collect 121 surveys. We did put it out in English and Spanish. We did not get any Spanish survey results. It was electronic, and then we did have it printed, so we got results in both. I do want to thank, aside from our two planning commissioners that really helped me a lot, Bill and Bernie, thank you guys. But also I want to thank the Salvation Army. They were super helpful in letting me jump in and interrupt their food bank distribution to do surveys there. And then the Ridgecrest Vineyard Church also at their refuge, they did surveys there, so that was super helpful. And then the Ridgecrest Area Association of Realtors, and then the Chamber of Commerce. And then the IWV Collaborative, which is the Clinica Sierra Vista, also did it in their emails. So all of those really helped to get this outreach out for us. So I want to thank all of those, because without all of those people, this would not be possible. On the survey here, on the cover is one of our new multifamily. So that is actually in our community here. This is our new multifamily by Evan Zern over here, infill on, no,
Robertson's Road.
Robertson. I'm all Richmond, it's not Richmond, Robertson. Thank you. So that's one of our new developments. So I'm excited to put our own stuff here. So this survey was conducted to solicit input from the community on our housing needs and some of the barriers to housing, and then what the community thought their goals were. And this just kind of summarizes some of those results, but also the entire survey is online on our planning page. So on the survey, 96% of the people that responded lived within the city of Ridgecrest, and 55% of those people also worked in the city. The majority of people, 64% of those people, have lived in the city of Ridgecrest for over 10 years. The majority of people own their own home. So 62% of people that responded owned their own home, 20% of those rented. Some additional comments were, because you could fill in other. Some of the people lived at the refuge home. Some of the people were moving to Ridgecrest, and an additional person had put they were moving out of Ridgecrest, and so they were renting temporarily. And then for the majority of people that responded were white, and then the next largest ethnic group was Hispanic or Latino. For the percentage of income that people spent on their housing costs, 30% or 39% of people spent less than 30% of their income, but also 33% of people spent between 30 to 50% of their monthly income on their housing costs. So one of the questions was for people to identify their top 3 choices for what they thought were the housing priorities for the city of Ridgecrest. And the top 3 choices was affordable housing. Another one was existing homeowner assistance. So some of the things that I heard were, like people that own their home and were retired, and they may not be able to keep up with some of the maintenance on their homes. So programs like that, maybe things that we could be putting our efforts into finding programs that might be able to help those types of people. And then the next most popular one was make it easier to build. And then following that was improving the housing conditions. So that was like saying that some of the affordable housing was substandard. And then increasing the home ownership opportunities for low income. And then next was target inequalities. And then the last was other. And then in the actual full report, you can see what people responded with other, because it was a fill-in question, so you can see the full comments. So for the barriers to affordable housing, people were able to choose out of 5 what they thought the number 1 barrier to affordable housing was. And the top choice was limited availability. And so then the next one was, and that was at 46%, so that was almost half of people thought that there was a limited availability of units. And then it kind of went down to 14% for the lack of resources to help people find units. And then it was 14% for the units were substandard or didn't meet their needs. Some of the additional comments that people wrote in the other, they had an ability to write in. Some of the comments were that the cost of buying, so transaction fees and real estate fees, were a barrier. The income limits on affordable housing, a lot of people had said that that was a barrier, that maybe the income limits were set too high or too low. Senior living was another barrier, they thought. And then there was a lot of people that also said that they thought that there was already sufficient low income and rental housing. So on this question, there was 4 choices, and people could choose as many as they wanted. And so the question was, what did people think there was an insufficient housing for in the community? And so this one, the top choices, so it's basically the top 3 because they're pretty equal, was housing for single individuals. So we get a lot of the, single individuals for the new hires on base. Then you've got families with children and low-income households, and then seniors. So they're all at the 38 to 32%. And that pretty much summarizes it. Again, the full survey report is on the city's website, and you can download the full report there, and you can also download this presentation there. And do you guys have any questions?
Questions? No?
No question.
No questions.
Okay.
Were you surprised by any of these results?
No, I wasn't. Actually, I think it was good. I was glad to see the diversity in responses. It was important for us to get outreach to different demographic groups. And it's critical to us getting our housing element approved, that we were able to reach different demographics than just people who own their own home.
Very good. Other comments? Any public comment? Nobody on the phone? All right. Thank you, Heather.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thanks.
Very good. Anything for us, Travis? No?
You got anything for me?
No?
Not this time?
Well, no. Thank you. Any commissioner comments, Bernie?
No comment.
No? Any committee reports from either?
No, we haven't been meeting.
Yeah.
Infrastructure got canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have it this week.
Yeah.
so.
City org did not meet and economic development did not meet, so we're looking forward to it for next month, I guess.
It's summertime.
That's right. All right. If there are no staff items, we will go ahead and adjourn the meeting at 6:21.